So we kind of already touched on taking more rest days if you are doing like intense weight training versus if you are just doing kind of lighter weight training. But I want to kind of touch on it a little bit more, just to kind of make it clear what we mean by that. So if you're in the population of people who are doing like hard, intense weight training, you're lifting heavy weights, you're lifting intense exercises, a lot of explosive movement, maybe just
long distance
exerting
running.
yourself. Yeah. I don't think I want to include long distance running yet, actually, because
really?
Yeah, well, because depending on your level of long distance running, you probably aren't going to be taking the same amount of rest days as someone who is intense weight training, like trying to super build strength. Like you're just going to change your intensity level. You're not going to like rest day it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it'll be like you're doing speed work and then the next day you're just going to go for an easy run. Yeah.
Oh. I think that I don't connect that because every run for me is hard. I literally go like, when you say that, I go, what the hell is an easy run? Like,
so if you are doing these intense lifting routines, you probably are going to need 2, maybe even 3 rest days in your week. It just makes sense for what we've already talked about of helping your muscles recover from all of the work that they've done. They need time for the inflammation to go down, because if you are in that intense strength building part of your training regimen, or if you are training at such a high elite level that you need these extreme workouts, not extreme, intense workouts, your body's not going to have that time to rest without taking that rest day from it.
Yeah,
and so they probably won't take a full rest day. They'll probably do something else, but they're not going to do their sport or their thing for a day.
Yeah, I can see that.
Other people who might need more rest are like older individuals, depending on where you're coming from with your background. Especially thinking about older individuals, as we get older, we start to lose muscle mass. It's just what happens, and it's harder for us to build it back on because we are older adults. We are. Did I just include myself? Oh no! Oh, it started. Okay, I'll go die now. Oh no.
Did I ever tell you about, like, this makes me think of when I realized I wasn't 20 anymore. I went to a concert. Okay. So I went to a concert and I went to see Simmel, and he was opening for, oh gosh, Dean Lewis. That's who it was. So I go, and I was going for Simmel, who is anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm standing in line getting ready to go into this concert, and there's a group of like teenage girls in front of me, and they're all talking to each other, and I was like, I don't know half of the words that they're saying. I don't even know them. And then as I'm standing there listening to this conversation, this hot guy comes walking up the sidewalk, and I was like, damn, daddy, like, whoa. And he walks up, and then one of the teenage girls goes, hi, dad. And I was like, no. And it's like, I'm no longer attracted to young 20, 30-year-old men. I'm like, I'm attracted to my age group of men and older men. I'm like, oh God. Stood there in line. I was at the concert by myself having an existential crisis in the line. Just, oh God.
I had that with actors at one point. Like, I have found out that I am not like seeking out the attractive young actor as like, that's the one. No, I'm seeking out the ones in my age group that are still good. Like,
yep.
Oh, man.
Which is, I mean, biologically, thank you for making me not attracted to young men. But like, oh God.
Love it. Oh my God.
Hurtful. So hurtful.
Okay, well, let's try that again. And I will try not to call myself an older adult.
Okay.
I'm an elder millennial, and I'll get Okay, so older populations. So this is gonna be so sad because like starting in like your 40s, you really have a hard time going through. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Okay, so older adults and God, it's stuck in my brain now.
Geriatrics.
Yeah, right, but not even geriatrics because it's like 50-year-olds and 45-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you move into the older adult population, that's how we'll get around calling myself an older adult.
So sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I got to bear witness to this.
This
is like earlier where I restarted.
Oh no.
Oh, it's so
My
good.
husband is 4 months younger than me, and so he hasn't had his birthday yet this year, and he keeps making fun of me for being old now.
Older.
Because we're now in different demographics when you look at like surveys and things.
Yes. Yep. I'm like, now we have to click the 35 to 44-year-olds.
Yeah, but I mean, like, my husband is in a lower demographic than me because he is still 34.
Yeah.
So he's in that demographic with the young people, and now I've moved into older.
No.
I'm old now.
Yep. We're officially closer to 40 than we are to 30.
No, I'm not. No.
It's real life. We're there. We're there.
All right, this is a long tangent to be just to say that as you get older, it's harder for you to build muscle on your body, and our body has a harder time of keeping lean muscle mass on itself. One of the reason that I bring this up, and the whole reason for this existential crisis that I am physically melting down on the podcast with, is that when you start to lose that muscle mass, that is when you start to see older individuals start to go through the balance issues that they have, and then they move into are you a fall risk, and you might break your hip and fall, and all of these really difficult things that you struggle with when you see your grandparents. Yeah, you see why I had a problem now with this whole thing of calling myself in this area. But you start to lose the muscle mass, and then you start to lose your proprioception. It's a great $5 word. It's essentially the ability for yourself to like know where you are in space and in the world based on like your muscles and your body. Partially because your balance is affected because you're starting to lose that mass, and you don't know anymore how you move your body and how you hold yourself up properly. You know mentally, but your body fortunately doesn't know anymore. Or it's forgetting, or it's doesn't have the ability anymore. So older individuals might need extra rest days in there from harder intensity work, because, and not even like the same hard intensity as the upper athletes, but hard for them. So it's a range of how hard it is for you.
Relative intensity.
To recover from that. There we go. Relative intensity.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to say about injuries in older individuals as well. Like if you have a hip, you break your hip or you break your knee or any of that kind of stuff, that's an indicator of morbidity. It's more often, which sounds so dark and terrible, but if you can prevent those injuries from happening, then it increases your lifespan.
Yeah. For sure. And then the third one we have on our notepad is anyone with medical conditions that might make it harder for them to work out, or might interfere kind of with the workouts that you choose to do. So if you have anything that's like cardiovascularly difficult and you have a medical condition that you have respiratory problems, you might need extra rest from it because it might have been a really difficult workout for you relatively because of your condition. Yeah.
I think of like, there was somebody that would come into the gym when I worked there that had COPD, and just literally walking into the gym and doing like 2 laps on the walking path upstairs that was it. That was their intense workout for the day. Yeah. And then they would have to go rest, and just being able to recognize that and take care of yourself and rest when you need it. Yeah. Super important.
Yeah. Cool.
All of this to say, rest days are cool.
And good for you.
And good for you. So you should take them and not beat yourself up about it. Put away the guilt, put away all those things, that terrible voice in your head, and just take the rest day. Take care of yourself. Heal and recover.
Heal and recover.
I love it.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Should we figure out how to get out of here?
Yeah, I think so. Let's get out of here. This is how we do it. Oh God, we really are that old.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh.
And you see why I have this crisis.
Oh my gosh, I love it. We can put in the caption, "Are you old? Read this."
Read this. Watch this. Are you old? Probably not as old as Brittany. Watch this middle-aged woman have an actual breakdown.
Oh shit. It's so good.
Wait, are we officially middle-aged?
I don't know. Yeah.
What does the Google say middle-aged is? How old is, I don't know. The exact range is subject to academic debate, but commonly the term is used to denote the age range from around 40 until 60.
Okay, so we're not there yet. We're almost 5 years. We got 5 years. Oh, okay.
All right, let's wrap this baby up.
Yep. How we gonna do it? We kind of did.
Days are cool. Sort of, yeah.
Rest days are cool.
Rest days are cool. Later.
You just gotta leave.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye. We can let the ghost dog in. The poor ghost dog. Oh, poor ghost doggy. Say hi to the listeners. Yeah, Cooper. So I realized that I introduced the world to my dog in the thing that we didn't use, other than the intro. So this is Cooper.
Cooper.
He's the star of our intro. At least he thinks so.
Yes. He's like, I want to make noise and tell you my opinions
at all times. I want to tell you all the things.
Good.
Yeah, dude. Cool.
Okay. Cool. I literally the body processes when I get started talking about them. It makes me so excited. I think that's why I was having a hard time mostly, because I was like, I want you to know all the cool. And then other people don't get that excited. I'm like, that's what I have come to realize is like, yeah, I remember like one of my training clients, like I was telling her like, oh yeah, like this muscle lays over the top of this one. And so when you activate this one, this is what this does. And she's like, where is that? And I was like, oh, it's your ass. Your ass does that. That's okay.
It's in your butt.
It's in your butt. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Funny.
Okay.
Too funny.